Well, good evening, and welcome to another little episode of Real Country with Jeff and Melanie. It's been a hot and muggy day today. Our temps, once again, is in the upper 90s, and it feels like way over 100, and muggy as can be. But we just had a little rain come through and cooled the temperatures off a good 20 degrees or more. Still muggy, but I thought I'd take this time to just take a little walk on the back acreage and just check on the deer sign. Long time till hunting season, but just it's time to start thinking about it. We have white oaks that grow back here in this bottom that'll produce acorns roughly the size of my thumb, and right now the ground cover is wild scuplins, poor boy grapes. That's what I meant to say, poor boy grapes. We used to call the dark colored ones, the purple ones, bulluses, and the white ones we called scuplins. But we have a lot of them that grow naturally back here, and the vines just stretch out across the ground. I very rarely see the fruit because the deer will come up and eat it. And as I have mentioned in the last few weeks, I had a nice little healthy few rows of corn planted. They were up over knee high, and overnight the deer came up in my garden and just mowed them down. Ate and pulled up most of them, but actually just cut them down to 2 or 3 inches of the stalks. And I know deer will eat corn. That's the first time I ever seen them just eat a stalk without any fruit on it. Hadn't produced any kernels of corn, and there's plenty to eat out here. But I'm sure you noticed on my beginning of this video, got a big old cottontail rabbit that was standing in my garden when I opened the gate up. I made sure to turn the camera on and let y'all see him. And I should have took him out because he was looking lustily at my black-eyed peas, and they haven't got up enough to bear fruit either. But the caliber pistol I have with me today would have been severe overkill. I'll get him later on because he is a pest in my garden. Normally I tote a little .22 pistol when I'm just walking around the garden, strictly in case I see a snake or something like that, or a rabbit. But today hadn't really did a lot of yard work. We had to run to town, take care of a little business. So when you go to town, you don't want to be carrying a little .22 for protection in case you need it. So he got a bye today. He may not get another bye, but he got away with it today. We'll get him later. But yeah, I was just out here checking, and see right here, this is the wild scuplins, and the vines run across the ground, and as you can see, they cover most of this, and any produce they grow, the deer eat it time it comes out. So I don't ever really get to eat any back here, but I just wanted to see, and you can see these trails I had walked in on. That's not for me walking. This is the first time I've walked back here, and so I say at least 3 or 4 weeks. When it's not hunting season, I only come back here if I need to put something out or cut up a tree. And I will be back here one day this week probably. I need to cut an oak tree down, have it ready for this winter. And I've got some wood that's already down I need to cut up. But I also wanted to come check on this little salt lick. I put out a block of salt after deer season, and as you could see, and I'll flip it around again, I added 1 block of mineral salt and a bag of minerals, and those recessed places is where the deer have walked in it. So they are coming, but I try to keep low pressure because I don't have a lot of room to hunt. So the least I'm back here, the more comfortable they feel. And because this is a small area and not a real hunting property, as I've said before when I talked about hunting, people around me do not practice trophy management. I have been in high-dollar hunting clubs in the past that do, and I always follow the rules and the law. So I had no problem letting yearling 8 and 10 pointers walk when the occasion arose. But around where I live, I hate to be ugly, but this is the truth. I have heard from many of these people, if it's brown, it's down. And they shoot everything that moves. They shoot every day of the year. Any hour of the day and night. It's nothing to come out here and hear one gunshot, whether it's target practice or somebody dumping a lot of rounds, playing or shooting. So if you would like to have some deer meat to eat, you cannot be too careful and too particular. So if a legal deer comes on your place and you want some meat, and in my case right now this is the only place I have to hunt, you shoot a legal deer. So I'm not going to shoot a baby, but I killed a 4-pointer a few years back that I know had to be 4 or 5 years old. The gene pool's just not there. No good genetics. No trophy management. How that little fella survived, I don't know that long. But we got some good meat. I prefer a healthy doe. But like last year, never saw a doe. So I had hoped last year to have a nice place to hunt. I had met a person in another state, and they just offered me a place to hunt on their property, a couple 100 acres, and I had started off making videos. I had great plans. I really hoped to film some hunts. They had wild hogs, and to start off with, I was going to be the only one hunting it. I'd have full access to the property. I went ahead and bought my out-of-state license, which was a bunch of money. But then everything became problematic. After we started, now there's somebody that lives out there that likes to walk the roads. And I met the man, very nice gentleman. Had no problems with him or the landowner. Nice, good people. And I really appreciated the opportunity. But every time I was out there, it went from I was going to be hunting the property to now he's going to set up food plots and he's going to hunt there. And the landowner wanted me to let him know every time I come on the property, every time I went up a tree, every time I came down the tree to climb in out of a stand, the best places to hunt was where the person who was going to hunt there too, as I found out, that was the best places on the property to hunt, was where he was already wanting to hunt and apparently had been hunting for years. And so I only went out there a couple of times to actually hunt. I think once in bow season, maybe twice. And I think I went out there once or twice at the very beginning of gun season, and I never saw a live deer or a hog. And every time it was just more stipulations, and it just turned out to be more aggravating than it was going to be. I was willing to do anything they asked, but it just got to where I could tell on down the road there was going to be a problem. So rather than have a fuss and rather than have a problem, I just opted not to go back and not get involved in anything that could possibly turn ugly. So with that being said, eventually I hope to find a place of my own. I have a feeling I'm probably going to be moving and buying the land if that ever happens before I find a place to hunt. But just so we know, today was just a little walk through, a little scout, looking for signs and looking to make sure they're coming to the minerals. Last year I had purchased some new game cameras. I was going to go out there and set them up to see what the traffic looked like, to kind of have an idea. Do we have good bucks? Are we having a lot of does? How many hogs? But as the problems started coming, I decided it was better not to even put a camera up. So next day or two, I've decided I'm going to go ahead, even though we're several months from bow season, I'm going to go ahead and start putting the cameras out here, just so I can see any traffic. So as I check them, if I come across anything, I'll try to put some of those pictures up in a future video, and maybe I'll have something I can show y'all. I hate to say it, we've been on this piece of property over 20 years, and the first year we moved in, I saw a decent little 8-point buck and a group of about 7, 8 deer together. And I did not hunt the property that year. After that, I've never seen a mature, respectable buck on the property. Never heard any of my next door neighbors killing it, but as much traffic and shooting around here, someone had them or he got lucky and died of old age. But anyway, just thought I'd take you on a little tour this evening. I'm about back up here toward my garden. I doubt if we'll see the Mr. Rabbit, but I will look as I round the corner. And hope y'all like the little video. Please excuse how hazy it looks. To start off with, I brought the camera from inside the house and the coolness of our air conditioning, and then come out here and it was kind of fogged up real quick. I actually wiped off the lens a few times, so it's probably stabilized, but it is hazy, and you may have heard some distant thunder in the background. We may get another little shower or two. But till next time, folks, thank y'all for watching. Nothing else, maybe we'll show you some deer later on. But till the next time, thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe. Tell your friends. We appreciate all the help we can get. And if good Lord's willing, the creek don't rise, we'll see y'all down the road. Now let me round the corner and see if Mr. Bunny Rabbit's out there. Peter Cottontail smarter than I thought he was. Thank y'all for watching. Goodbye.